dimanapun penganut Ahmadiyah berada, beragam ancaman menyertai. Maka dari itu, komunitas Ahmadiyah bersatu sangat kuat dalam tatanan seluruh dunia. Contohnya dengan adanya stasiun televisi MTA atau Muslim Television Ahmadiyah yang disiarkan di seluruh dunia.
Saya masih memiliki kemampuan, saya ingin puasa.
Siarannya pun kontribusi dari komunitas Ahmadiyah di berbagai negara. Contohnya dari Indonesia.
Saya sering mengilustrasikan ketika kita membawa mobil. Ya, kita bawa mobil.
Siaran Indonesia ini dibuat oleh komunitas Ahmadiyah Indonesia dan dapat dinikmati oleh komunitas Ahmadiyah di seluruh dunia. Contohnya di Pakistan. Pada tahun 1974, Parlemen Pakistan memutuskan bahwa Ahmadiyah adalah non-Muslim. Di bawah undang-undangnya, bagi penganut Ahmadiyah yang menunjukkan keislaman dapat dituntut, bahkan dipenjarakan. Beragam cerita yang mewarnai atas diberlakukannya hukuman ini. Salah satunya adalah tentang keempat pemuda ini. Keempat pemuda usia 14 sampai 18 tahun asal kota Sultan, distrik Layah, Provinsi Punjab ditangkap di awal tahun lalu. Sebabnya adalah mereka dituduh menuliskan nama Nabi Muhammad SAW di tembok toilet sekolah. Atas tuduhan tersebut, mereka diadili dan dipenjarakan selama 6 bulan. Karena tidak terbukti bersalah, lantas mereka dibebaskan pada bulan Juli di tahun yang sama. Gerakan anti-Ahmadiyah yang cukup keras di negara ini menimbulkan banyak kebencian terhadap komunitas ini. Kini mereka harus tinggal di Rabua karena tekanan warga di tempat asal mereka. Bahkan keluarga mereka pun nampaknya harus bermigrasi juga ke Rabua karena kian hari kian mendapat ancaman dan tekanan yang serupa. Setelah keempat pemuda ini berpamitan, saya menyempatkan diri sedikit berbincang dengan Mirza Usman Ahmad. Usman sangat spesial di mata para Ahmadi karena ia adalah keturunan dari Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Dan inilah wawancara saya dengan sang keturunan Mahdi yang dipercaya oleh Ahmadiyah.
What effort you do? You talk about responsibility. I mean, these are the followers of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, which you feel. I mean, yes, you're related to. I mean, what do you try to defend?
I think you can only sort of. Well, you know, I work for the Jamaat. I've devoted my life to the Jamaat. So I think that's perhaps part of the effort. But ultimately, the only thing you can do is one, pray, and two, make sure that you're okay as a person, as an individual yourself.
What do you think these things happened? Why?
You see, the thing is, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahib claimed that he was from God, and he came with the message to revive Islam. The thing we learned from the Quran is that, look, I'm a historian, and historians say history never repeats itself. But on that thing, the Quran slightly differs. The Quran says religious history always repeats itself. When it comes to the prophets, a prophet comes and he is rejected, sometimes violently, sometimes very forcefully, sometimes his people reject him, sometimes other people reject him. So this was a natural consequence of the claim of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. After all, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he came and he said, I'm a prophet of God, people didn't just say, oh, thank God you're here. We're ready to accept you. His people were also killed. His people were also tortured. But it's an evolutionary process, and in the end, we hope and pray that there'll be some sort of good at the end of it all.
You said before you lived for 22 years in England,
Yes.
and you transferred here. How long does it take for adaptations, or is it hard, or is it
Well,
easy?
technically, it shouldn't take any time at all, because you've devoted your life. So your life you're no longer in possession of you're no longer in control of how you should feel or where you should go and stuff. Technically, that's how it should be, but realistically speaking, it's a rather long and sometimes tortuous process of adjustment.
Okay, you said that you devoted yourself here. I mean, what comes in a reason for that? Is it because you're related to Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, or is you just have this? You realize that yes, I have to devote it.
The reason I devoted myself, history is not what we want to do. So my friend asked me, what are you passionate about? What is it in life you want to carry on with? And that really got me thinking, and the only sort of constant in my life was the Jamaat. I could escape everything, or I could put everything else aside, but the one thing that was always there was the Jamaat.
Oh, so even you live in England for 22 years, you're always in the environment of Jamaat?
Not always. It's a factor in your life, because the mosque you go to is a Jamaat mosque. A lot of your social activities are geared towards the Jamaat. And your family life, of course, is an Ahmadi family life. So no matter how much one might try to escape it, somewhere along the line, it's always a factor in your life.
Kontra dan penolakan keras terhadap komunitas Ahmadiyah hanya menyisakan kematian yang tidak terhitung lagi. Dan apapun alasannya, pembunuhan bukanlah hal yang diindahkan dalam agama apapun, apalagi Islam.